어떻게든 해보죠. 안 되죠. 이것마저도 피하시면 곤란한데요.
But yeah, that was Awaken Shun's first look, and his PB sounds amazing, he looks amazing, and man, he is definitely really flashy and a cool looking unit so far. And god, when I was watching that PB for the first time on the stream, I had to turn my mic off for a little bit because I was actually crying a little bit after watching it. It was actually really like emotional, and the soundtrack definitely was the one that making it do that, and I'm glad they have made the soundtrack. And they did say they are going to be releasing more media close to the release, so you probably see the full version of the OST along with some other elements when it comes to his awakening arts and probably cutscene arts as well. Just can't wait to see it. Hope you guys are excited as well, and I'll definitely do a dedicated stream just to be using him, testing him out here and there, and using him PvE and PvP and all other different contents. But that is pretty much about it, the intro. Let's jump into the PvE and actually just talk about a couple things that what we can be expecting from like the story elements, along with some of the name changes and stuff like that. But let's jump into the video and talk about Awaken Shun's PvE. So from the design that Awaken Shun has, seems like he is definitely using some kind of gears that is more similar to what Awaken Hilde and Awaken Mina has, unlike other Awakening characters. So we can definitely kind of expect that he probably is still going to be part of the family squad, or maybe it will be not, which we'll be talking about within the story section, that what you can expect from him within the future. But I definitely think he is going to be the ally. I don't think he's going to betray us. Maybe things could happen, but at the end I think he will definitely come back to us and become our ally. But regardless, he looks very cool and definitely dig his design, and holy crap, seeing this PB again is going to make me cry every single time I think. And I just can't wait to see like the full OST for the song. It's going to be a very good song that's going to be stuck in my head for a very long time. So first thing we'll definitely talk about is Awaken Shun's the name it has underneath. Like some other characters have different names underneath, but the title he gets is Arhat. And so within Korean PB video it would say Arhat Ju Shun. So it's not Awaken Shun, but that's his like official like class name, whatever you want to call it. And the Arhat is from the Buddhism, and you can go and look up the dictionary. There's a lot of different places for you to look it up, but there is usually the one who is worthy, and in the Buddhism is like a perfected person, one who has gained the insight into the true nature of existence and has achieved the nirvana, which is a spiritual enlightenment, and the Arhat having freed himself from the bonds of desire and will not be reborn. So this ties really a lot into the story, and there's many different meanings underneath here that you can kind of dig into to look it up. But overall, I think this first paragraph is more than enough to kind of describe his overall meaning of this word, and I think this pretty much connects a lot into his storyline so far and how he'll become the awakening units as we know of it. And we can also see Shun in the basic art right now definitely wears the mala, the little beads from the Buddhism stuff, and he wears that in his arm. And within this one cut of CG that we can see, grabs it and he shatters it. There is a lot of meaning towards to him breaking out this. There's a lot of theories going on, and there's a lot of this Buddhism related stuff or symbolic status within different mediums like games or like movies or weapons, manga, all these different mediums. And breaking those beads means usually kind of sealing out the power you were holding inside of you or trapped inside of you or sealed away, and just going full power basically. That's what the beads intend to means when they break apart within those like anime, manga, games, whatever. So I think it is more of but I don't think it necessarily means that he just becomes awakening unit because he breaks it. I think throughout the little glimpse of story we got, it's more of him kind of seeing through and running down his memory line, just seeing his different parts of his life, and he comes to this kind of point where he becomes the absolute being and he just breaks away from that shackle he has. Beads, that's just a symbolic gesture, and he gains the power, becomes awakening unit. So I don't think this beads really seals anything. That's what I'm trying to say. But pretty cool thing that we can pick it off from the little short bits of CG we got. And when you're through his counter case story, you can definitely tell that he's going through a lot of different states as he lives through daily. You know, he definitely has a problem with his parents dying, and he definitely does not know who to forgive or who to like get mad on and stuff like that. And he definitely has an internal problem going on within himself. So when the Arhat state comes, that definitely means I think he's going to become something that's beyond the human being, that he's able to at the come stage, and he becomes that nirvana status, whatever you want to call it. I'm not an expert at religion, I'm not an expert at Buddhism, so I'm just saying things from what I gather from like a Wikipedia and stuff like that. At the end, it sounds all cool and definitely a really cool choice of words to use, and it definitely connects back to his Kanake story, you know, all the trouble he had through his life, and all the pain and the suffering has paid off to become the awakened units and finally become the whole. So definitely that's why I also like this PB, because it definitely connects back to a lot of different paths, and you can see some of the scenes here, which seems pretty brutal. That's probably been hunting him down for a long time. But that is pretty much it about that section. So when it comes to gameplay that was shown for a short bits of it, he seems to be definitely be really fancy. His entrance animation looks amazing. His cuts up like the portal, like Virgil from Devil May Cry, and just walks out and here I am. Which is pretty cool. Then he also able to just do really cool looking aggressive attacks, and he is also able to counter, so we can confirm that his counter ability will be back, and he will be pretty much the only units that's able to counter. And I'm assuming since he's awakening unit, he should be definitely be able to counter some of the skills that the SR version of Yoon was not able to. I think it will only make sense, so I think he should be able to counter awakened unit skills as well, in my opinion. But that does not mean it'll be used very often. It's probably on a cooldown time level. We don't know if it's just gonna work a bit like a Xiong, where you do certain attacks and there's gonna be a counter gesture and you can just count it, or maybe if it is just something that's more similar to Xion, where as long as a special skill is on the charge, he is able to counter unit skills. So it's going to be really interesting to see how his skill kits will play out. Not sure if it's gonna stun enemies, maybe it will give some different ability that might be working better in PvE and PvP, but we'll find out. His ultimate skill seems to be pretty insane. Reminds me once again, as like the viewer said when I was streaming this, definitely a Virgil. Really cool, the whole screen going black, that is pretty insane. I definitely enjoy his design, and I gotta say, this whole skill animation, the preview they are showing so far is looking very solid, and I just can't wait to use him, test him out, and use him in actual PvE and PvP contents. I think we talked enough about him within this video and dissected as much as we could from this PB that released. They blessed us with it. I can't wait to see more about him upcoming weeks. They said they are going to be releasing more media related things, like I said earlier, so we'll probably see the full version of OST, we'll probably see the full body arts and cutscenes and other aspects as well, and I can't wait to see his skill description within the patch notes next week. But anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed my coverage of the Awakened Shion's PB. Hope you guys are excited as well. You will definitely see a lot more gameplay and some streams of me using him here and there. So look forward to that for the next week and forward. And I just can't wait to show you guys more about him in the future. But anyways, thanks for watching guys. It's Jake. I'll see you guys next time.
뭐 어떻게든 해보죠. 안 되죠. 이것마저도 피하시면 곤란한데요.